Want to make some lemonade? Fantastic. Morning, everybody. My name is Curtis, and this is the morning show that you should get to know. And we'll keep doing this every day, as you know. Not every day, every Thursday, and hand gestures. Always hand gestures. Not on purpose. I don't know why they happen. They just do. Today, we're going to talk about trying new things. That's too long of a title. We got to edit that down. Thankfully, we have added some things to the show. One thing, somebody to help rein it in, as it were. You can't just have a show. You can't just do whatever you want, whenever you feel like it, however you think it should happen. You gotta be controlled in some way. You need a producer. You need a director. You need somebody who's technically proficient in. So I've got Ripley. She's gonna produce and direct and edit and make sure everything stays on the rails and it's not a crazy mess. First thing that might help the show stay on the rails is not leaving my notes way back here before the show and having them where they need to be in reading-ish area. Edit that out? You're not gonna. Then what do you do? Then what do you do if you're not gonna edit it out? Anyway, today, new things. They're the hardest thing in the world to try. I mean, literally, hey, what are you doing over there? You trying something? What are you trying? What are you trying? Something new. New? Yeah. But that's like the hardest thing in the world to try. Out of all the things you could pick, something new is that's gonna be ridiculous. You're gonna have to figure it out. You're gonna have to guess. You might hurt yourself. You might hurt somebody else. You might offend somebody by not playing by all the rules or showing up at the right time or not wearing the proper bowling shoes for that bowling alley. I don't know. I don't know. All the different places have all the different things that make it something new and scary and crazy. The only way to find out that you like these new things or they exist is to try and look and do. Also in the same vein, the only way to find you don't like a lot of things is to still you got to try. That's it. Like you just got to try. And it's okay to be like, that was pretty crazy. I mean, that was a pretty fun adventure, but you know what? That's not the adventure I wanted to have. So that's cool. Like I had that. Did I ever tell you about the time? Cool. Well, it's over now. There won't be another next time, or maybe there will be, because you kind of make your own rules, so you can make another next time for whatever, like blank anything. Put that in there. Whatever new thing or old thing you want to try again, and make it a thing you're trying. That's a new thing again. You can. I mean, there might be somebody like one or two, honestly, fairly insignificant people in your life that are like, just don't. But you're probably making them this big, like, oh my God, they're like the angel and the devil, and they control what I do and what I think. But they don't. They don't. See, it's just a little mimed thing. It's not even there. It's okay. Here's a fun trying new things little story, little epilogue that I heard. There's a fan of this show. We have a few fans. Hi, Terry Cormier. Hi, Isabel. And hey, Nick. What's up? How you been? What are you doing? I know I promised you a show, and here it is. So for a little while, we had these interns. We call them. They're not really interns. They're kind of work for education program, something or other from this college, and they come in and they do stuff. And in my experience, no offense if you're one of these people, but I've experienced some of these people where, hey, my life would be a whole lot better if this work to experience intern person just wasn't here, or if we did treat them like the interns on TV and we made them get us food and stuff, but then I'd still have to spend my own money. So I'd rather just go get my own food and not have some person that I don't really know and already don't like handle my food or whatever I get them to get. We don't need photocopies. We don't need a whole lot of things. Everything happens within the machine, and then we just shoot it across the room to each other or say, hey, Brent, do you have that thing? You do? Awesome. Send it over here. It's too big? There's a jump drive. Send it back over here. Thanks. Thanks, Brent. It's that simple. We don't really need interns. But sometimes you have to try new things. And I was like, Ugh, I don't care. If you guys want the interns, go for it. Go for it. I don't want to talk to them. I don't want to deal with them. I'm gonna work more from home because I just can't handle it. This is the life in a game studio for the creative director. What do you do, creative director? You have fun jumping around all day playing with toys and having ideas? Kind of I do, and it's pretty fun. And in order to do that, I got to be around some comfortable people that aren't useless. And if you're useless, I can't focus on my ideas. I can't be creative if you're over there being useless. I just can't. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And nobody specific. Everyone's beautiful and great. Nick and Kayla show up, and it's just like, all right, cool. They seem to know a little bit of what they're talking about. All right, cool. I don't know what they're talking about. I'm not a coder. I'm not a programmer. I'm not a Unity wizard. I don't know how to make a world do things in a non-existent place. But these guys, they did it. Here's how to get in my good graces. Do a thing with me. I guess I'm a little bit narcissistic. I don't know. Uh, One of the characters in the game, Dragon Fighters Dungeon Wars, on your iOS device. If you're on an Android, sorry, Android is crazy and it's just crazy. And we're just a small company and we have interns working on this game. So bear with us. In the game, there are these two builders, so you can make your little dungeon or castle, and then you set up stuff to defend that thing against other people in the world who come to your castle, and then they try to take your stuff because you got like gold and magic and all kinds of goo. So yeah, I realized I'm not in the game yet. It's my time to be in the game. I might as well, I might as well be one of the creators because I am. So I make me and I make Brent and I put us in little old timey outfits. I give us some hammers and saws or something, and I say, Shelby, this is the builder. Make sure he doesn't build anything. I want him to walk around and I want him to juggle or do something Michelangelo Nunchaku style with the hammers. All right, that's it. Oh, and if a monster approaches, I want him to get scared and run away. Brent, you do the thing with the code wizardry, and me in there, and away we go. Possibly an hour and a few days, a day and a few hours. Shelby was like, "Here you go. What about this?" I felt like, well, I don't need to work anymore. Let's all let's all dance if we want to. Let's leave our cares behind because I'm a GIF now. And I took it and I made it into GIF and I put it up on my Facebook and wherever else I can put things, Twitter, and all the stuff you can follow in the links below, in the description below. Like, subscribe, and I don't know. That's when you become a GIF. I think you're having a pretty good day. Regardless, whatever, none of that matters. I mean, I exist, but at this point, I'm not really out there in the game. Somebody has to do it, but the team is disbanding and changing, and we're moving on to different projects, and there's so many hand gestures that I can't even keep up with them. But then, on the horizon, these two weirdos, not even weirdos, they're not even weird enough. They show up, and I'm like, can't do the job. They look like regular people. Regular people can't code, not the way we need them to. These are just students. Get them out of here. And they start talking as if, like I said, they know what they're talking about, and then their job is to put me in there, and then there I am in there. Therefore, I am okay with them, and it was a good thing. And I would not. There's no way if I hadn't taken one of these second or third or fourth chances on saying yes, let's intern somebody, let's let them learn while they're doing something. And these two were like, hey, um, let's go find some money because you work here now. You can't leave. Like, I don't know. I don't know how this works. I'm at the business side, but we got to find some money because you got to stay here because you get the things done. And that's what I like about people. When the things need to get done, if they get the things done, and then I can relax. And like I said, where this whole diatribe began, I can be creative and direct my creativity at others and keep their creativity up and my anxiety's low, and that's what it's all about. That's what hammock life is. You're trying to get to a life where you just want to relax on a hammock and know that not only can I lay on this hammock, nobody's going to come out here and say, have you done the 65 things that warrant that hammock? Yes, yes I have. I've done 67. That's how I roll. That's what I do. I try to do 67, and I could easily go a little bit further and be like, yeah, I do the 69, but I'm going to keep it clean because it's the morning show. It's the morning. Morning, everybody. Have your bacon, and then get ready to go. Let's watch a cartoon now and then we'll get back to the show. I'm not doing this on purpose, I swear. Cartoon Lover. La la la. And we're back. All right, we're keeping the show short these days, and we're putting in lots of extra fun. Thank you, Ripley, and whoever else I decide to animate in this room, because I control the vertical and the horizontal, and why not do it more then? So, do you want some lemonade? Like, who wants some lemonade? I want some lemonade. No, like who wants some lemon? You really want some lemonade? Yeah, why you keep talking about lemonade? Like, what? Can I have the lemonade? Lemonade. Yeah, seriously. Just like what am I gonna do? What are we gonna do to the lemonade? The whole when life gives you lemons, you make lemonade thing. I feel like I have these conversations with people and I realize, oh, you think that only applies to lemons. Like that's as a person who speaks only in metaphors 90% of the time, that's not what you gotta. You extrapolate on all the things. Anytime anybody says anything, you just reapply it to everything. I.e., everything is ingredients. Like everything is ingredients. What do you mean? What do you mean? It's all lemons. Like everything's lemons. You just gotta squeeze it, and then it becomes lemonade. Again, the whole gist of this story, the episode, and the story is you gotta try new things sometimes. So, i.e., that is, and if there, etc. If you want lemonade, just start grabbing the ingredients and then making those things. I can't keep saying this enough in a million different ways. Actually, I can and I will, and that's going to be what all of these shows are about, is me finding different ways to say the same thing and relating it back to Jurassic Park somehow. But like, what do you want to do? What do you want to do? And I always use the example of playing guitar. I don't know how to play music. There's a keyboard right over there that I really don't know how to play, but I have fun with it and I love it. If you want to play a keyboard, then save up a handful of money and get a keyboard, or go get one at a flea market. Or I don't know, like I feel like it's not that hard to get your hands on things these days, or you can turn your iPad into a keyboard very easily. Not the example I use. I usually say guitar because it is like, hey, if you want to learn to play guitar, there's so many people just like begging. Oh, I can teach you. People just want to teach other people to play the guitar. There's so many people that want to teach other people how to do things that they've polluted the entire internet with it. So much so that I'm including myself in that, where I desperately want to do something similar, but I can't teach people to play the guitar, but I can talk about myself and the things in pop culture and or lemon squeezing techniques. Again, the thing is, I've been changing my life, moving things around, and making things different, and I'm terrified of all the things. Like, if you go back and watch episode 1 through 30, I'm terrified of all the things. And I try to not be, because that's a better way to live your life. Logic dictates, whatever. So, also, I work for Vulcans now. That's a real thing. Hey, just signed a contract today. Exclusive rights. What are you talking about with the Vulcans? The Vulcans, they spell it different, but they're still from outer space. Awesome. I'm part of a Vulcan culture now. Life is weird. Why? How? Because I tried new things. A weird guy showed up at my house and said, I'm starting a company. Are you in? And instead of saying, no, I have a job, you're nuts, I said, yes. Yes, I will design candy and goblins and sushi with faces and so many things and monsters and things of all different races. And it can't stop rhyming. Get out of my faces. So, I mean, what? And why? This is why. Also run into people in the world, or even just like, hey, what are you doing? I'm sitting here in a waiting room hearing people talk about how their life is nothing except the problems of other people. And wow, I sit around thinking about stuff like that so much, but yet I still do 90 other things in the day. so that I feel fulfilled enough to not feel bad by these things that can potentially suck me into a dark, deep hole of, oh, so many people are sick. So many things are lost. Remember the past? Oh, it was a hardy and rich tapestry. But things change, things get different, and the only way to enjoy them is to try the things that are different and new. And I don't know, maybe this is like just, oh, hey, are you trying to be a motivational speaker? Not really. I don't know. I just ended up in this thing where I thought, you know what's clever? Everything's lemons. Everything's lemons. You have a computer, you can do most of the things that you think are an idea that you want to do. Do you have a flea market in your town? Well, then now you have a business. If you make something weird and that you want to sell. And also, speaking of trying something new, it's slightly possible you can hear a little tss. That means that I made friends in the world. That's something I'm not really good at, and or maybe I am, but I'm like, how do you? But then now my Facebook thing is going off because tried a new thing that was different, and it's okay. I didn't get stabbed. I didn't get stabbed. You know, the whole reason for this show is to keep me, you guys as well, but mostly me, from getting stabbed if I go out into the world, because you're all crazy out there. You're all crazy. I know. I know. It's not like, oh, you've seen some. No, like my friends are the crazy people. Therefore, the other people must be even crazier. And I'm okay with that, because I've got the crazy people on my side. All right, one more ingredient, and then we'll end up the show, because Ripley's giving me the wrap it up signal, and then it's time to go. So, one of the great, wonderful things about the interns coming into the studio to make video games was they put me in the game and made me work and made me afraid of things, and that makes me happy. That's why I make games, is so that I can eventually make games about me, because I like me. And Nick started listening to this show, watching this show, listening while he worked, and every once in a while he would say things, and I'd just be like, what? Oh, you mean from the show? Yeah, that didn't happen here in real life. That was, you watched that on your own, and now you know so much more about me, and this is weird. But now I get to take an ingredient from Nick, and I get to put it into this nice little pot of lemonade over here. Who drinks pots of lemonade? Nobody. This picture of lemonade. Picture. This pitcher of lemonade. I get to put it in this pitcher of lemonade, sip it up deliciously. Nick said this one time they were like having a backyard bonfire, and a June bug, the worst thing in the world, flew in, and they're indestructible, and flew into the fire, and then caught fire, and then proceeded to terrorize everybody as a flaming June bug would. Death from above, fire in the sky. That is the worst, greatest story I've ever heard. And again, all thanks to trying new things, allowing Nick to exist in the world, and not destroying him and saying, hey, interns, you guys shut up. You're to be seen and not heard. And honestly, I don't even want to see you, because you interrupt my peripheral vision, and it affects my ability to be creative. So just get behind curtains or something, make zero sounds, and just exist as little as possible, but as in my life, and then as much as you can in Brent's life, and that will be wonderful. But I allowed them in, or I opened myself up, whatever that means. And Nick made my life a little bit better. So did Kayla. And now they're gone. Hopefully they come back and do the same. I don't know. Let people in and let other things go. It's the only way to find out if you like it or it's a no. A rhymey day. Don't worry about it. Everything's fine. Be good. Be careful. Good morning, everybody.
Hey, click on my butt or Ripley's butt to subscribe. Click on my butt. Click on my butt. Click on my butt.